Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So today we are going to draw a more realistic looking face. This is a request. I get a lot of requests for this because I do a lot of odd girls, drawing on my channel and things that I do. And yeah, there are people out there who don't dig them and they'd rather see more, more of a realistic kind of face. So that's what we're going to do. And odd girls, essentially, if you're not familiar, and I will put some links at the end of the video where you can click and go see some of the odd girls. They're just girls that aren't, although this one looks more of a realistic face, but they're just girls that, maybe one eye is bigger than the other. There might be different colors. Maybe their hair is different. Maybe their eyebrows. It doesn't matter. It's just that they're not exactly symmetrical, I guess, on both sides. And I don't know. I'm odd, maybe you bite your fingernails. Maybe you like your hair pink. And to some people that's odd. Maybe, you get what I'm saying? Maybe you're like me and have scars on your face. Big pores. I don't know. It's not a bad word. But today we're not going to do an odd girl. We're going to do a regular girl. So, as you will do, you're going to draw your face in the shape of an upside down egg. Now, when I do my odd girls, I do, I'll go around a couple times just so I kind of see where I'm at. See? Odd girl, I usually do round. I will trace something round, even if it's a weird kind of shape, because again, she's an odd girl. And what I'll do is, and you don't have to do this now, you can do it after, but I will kind of go in and take off some of these lines. Now, I'm going to tell you, when you do hair, your hair takes up a lot of this area. So you don't have to worry too much about this area. We're kind of more, like 3/4 of the way down, kind of where you want to be a little bit more, more kind of thing. So the normal is you will take your ruler, and these are one of my favorite things in the world. You can see this is very, very loved. Let me know. I don't know if I asked this or not. I have to look in my book, honestly. If you guys would like a giveaway of one of these, because these are fantastic. And there's also another tool, which I would have to jump over 6 things to grab. I'll do it in another video that I'll show you as well, where you can do circles and all. So that's a different kind of thing. But what you're going to do is, generally, it's kind of the point on the chin. And you're going to, kind of, I don't measure and all that. You can if that's your gig. It's not my gig. I just like to draw. And I'm just going to kind of do a line basically down the middle. And I'm going to do it light, let me move it. Maybe you can see it better. But you get it. And then I'm going to go about, I don't know, halfway down. About there. And go across. And then from this bottom, and here I'm going to go half again. And like I said, I'm just kind of, I'm not going to necessarily measure or give you measurements because it's very hard. It depends on, no, I'm doing this much bigger today so you can see it better. But, and I love doing like, I've done this before. I love doing the bigger faces on a background, that kind of thing. So it all depends on what you want. You definitely can make this smaller, use the same kind of measurements, So once you do your halfway down, you want to do basically, the best that you can, half, and then you want to do half again. And like I said, it's kind of, you can definitely measure if that's what you want to do. I'm not into that. Okay. Because I can't measure. It's not because I am too good to measure. It's that I can't. I cannot. It just bothers me. All right, so now what we're going to do, sometimes I like going from the lips up. Sometimes I go from the eyes down. This time I will go eyes down just so we, I'm sure most people do that. So, okay, so we're going to do the eyes. Now, we're not doing, when you do folk art eyes, they're much bigger. They're much rounder. You want to do more, of our shape. So I'm going to mark about here to here. Now, here's where you can use a ruler if you choose to. I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to move all this. Got to have my eraser. And I erase a lot. Maybe you think that's weird. Some people do, but I do. And I'm going to measure, and I'm going to erase this. I'm going to put this at 1 inch right there. Now my ruler, you can see I blacked out right here because for whatever silly reason, I can't find my other ruler. It doesn't start the 1 inch till here. So you have all this white here and it would always screw me up. So I blocked it out so I remember. So I will put this down at 1. So this one's at 1. And then I'm just going to mark right there where the other one is. And I know it's 1 inch. So I'm going to do basically the same thing. I'll mark it in the inside. I'm just kind of looking to, you know, kind of the same. We'll do here, and then we'll do here. Okay, and you can see they're generally the same. I'll mark it a little bit darker for you. I'm using a dark pencil too. This is a Faber-Castell Black Velvet 2.5. I don't quite know. I must have got this in an art box. Let me sharpen while I do this. I generally like to use mechanical pencils, and it's because they're thicker, and with my hands, with the RA and Fibro and whatnot, it makes it a heck of a lot easier. But I will tell you the other things I use. Okay, let's sharpen. No wonder I had this in my bag, not using it, because it's just not sharpening. I can't find my other one. All right, I also use these, and if you've been with me for a while, you know. This is the, what are you? Foray, F-O-R-A-Y. You can see it's thick, and it's a 0.7 millimeter, which I do enjoy a 7 or a 9, because if I get the 5s, because I push down hard, the lead breaks. So I like it thicker of a lead. So this is great, you see. And this is one of my favorites. This is just a paper mate, and it's called the Clear Pen, which Avi, right? And I don't know, let me see what number it is because I got my glass. This is an 0.9. And the lead, again, is thicker, so as I push down, it doesn't break as easy. I got these at like the Walmart or Staples or something like that. You can get these in a pack sometimes of 3 or 4. So these are fantastic. So are these, but look for thicker ones if you have problems with your hands. And I enjoy them because you have an eraser on the back and you can put new ones in when you're, you know, when you're done. But, you know, I like to even put this kids' school erasers on here. I'm out of them right now, but yeah, so that's all up to you. Okay, so now what I want to do is I just want to take this and I'm going to start at the line. And I'm just going to kind of go like that. Just connecting them, like connect the dots. And then I'm going to go, you know, this line. And you see, very much like that. Now you can see here I don't have the point. So I'm just going to go and move these up. And now you have the point. And we're going to do the same thing over here. I don't want it too big. You can always go in and erase and fix anything right now. You know, so maybe you want, this is so they're both basically the same, you know. So I'm going to take that up a little bit more and like that. Then I will take my eraser. And this is when it's cool to have, you know, your eraser on your pencil because it's a smaller area. I also have those great erasers that are in a pen shape. Have you seen those? Those are pretty good. I was just going to do my Larry David impression. Pretty good. Did you guys, anybody watch that? Curb Your Enthusiasm? It was on Sunday night, I believe. We are big fans. So excited that he came back. Okay, so you can see that very, you know, no big deal. Now you can see it looks like an alien. So you can, of course, go from here and do an alien if you want. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase that middle line. I'm going to put in my eyeball. Now I'm going to turn it this way just because that's just the way my hand works. But you're not going to do, you know, a circle in the middle. You're just going to kind of go. Now this, I use this as well. So, you know, I'll decide, oh, what size do I want? You know, for my eyeball. Maybe I'll do that. So I'll do one with and one without. So I will lay this in the middle. You know, I just kind of judge. And I will only go from the line here. See, very easy. And then if you don't have something like this, just do your best and draw, you know, your eye over there. You can go sketch until you get, you know, the way you want it to be. Okay. Then after you do that, you want your little pupil. Sometimes I like to put the pupil up here because I'll put like an eyelid here, but I'm going to put the eyelid on the top. So I'm just going to go right in the middle for now and just, you know, kind of in the middle. And I'll deal with that after. And then I'm going to do a little bit of her eyelid on top. And there's no rule for that. Use whatever you have. And then I'm going to do some eyebrows. So, you know what? First I'm going to do this. Let's do her nose. I do a wide U on the line. You want it on the line. And then make like a kind of like an M. And then I'm going to do the eyebrows. So it's going to be like at the end of her eye. And I'm just kind of sketching it. I want it thinner down here. And instead of just sitting and drawing it, I do like to kind of be sketchy, you know, sketchy a bit about it because I just think that it just gives you more control, even though it seems like it's not, you're not in control, if that makes sense. Okay. Did you see? Very, very simple. Oh, I thought I had my autofocus on. I was like, what is that? And then you can kind of come at the end of your eye here. I'm going to put, you see for her nose, a little bit below that line, and then kind of go like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here, very, that kind of goes in there. My hands today are like, I'm just doing what I want to do. Because that's generally how our nose is. And then the lips, same kind of thing. Gonna do on this line right here where they intersect. I like to make that like this line going down the middle of when I do the loop or what have you. Here's the bigger U. And you can do a V-like. Everybody's lips are different. That's the great thing. So I'm just going to kind of give her some round lip. I always do bigger lips because I don't have bigger lips. And I wish I did. And then I'll just bring the line here for now. You can see she's kind of going uphill because that's how I see things. So I'll just kind of color that in for now because I can erase that to make it more, you know, what I want. This is just the general. And then give yourself just a little bit down there where you want it to end. And then I just kind of like to give it a curve up. Give it a curve up. My brain sees things weird. You can see I'm always uphill, you know, and I probably because I do turn it a bit, but that's the only way. Alien head, because that's the only way I can really, like my perception. I don't know. It's a dang medicine and illnesses, boy. So we'll just kind of play like that. Like I said, not a big deal. So now I'm going to do the other side here. Let's see. She needs a little longer. Now you can see I have her down here and it's going a little bit longer. This one's a little bit higher up, but I'm okay with that. We're just learning how to do the basics, And now the eyes. Now you can see I made her pupils a little, like her eyes like a little droopy, and I'm not digging on that. So I'm just going to kind of go in at this corner and 1/8 of an inch. Okay. Now you can leave it like that if you're going to color this in. You can, you know, because that's your water line right there. And you can leave it double like that. I'm going to do it here. See, this is a little droopy. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just bringing in that little bit. Sorry, Emily. I'm talking too loud. She's not feeling good, so she shut her door. And you know my mouth is loud. Okay, and you see how that just fixes it up? And like I said, you can have the double line here. I'm going to erase it for this, but, you know, that's a whole other video. And then what I would do is I'm going in. I'm going to erase the lines the best I can. Just so you get a better idea. You can see fixing the eyes was not a big deal. But you can tell definitely, like the odd girls or more folk art girls, you definitely have. Okay, well, we go. And now you can go back in and kind of, you know, because I kind of erased it. But like I said, it's not the biggest deal. When I go to use pen or marker to outline everything, I erase everything anyway. Just going down. Going over the lines. Maybe you erased. Let's put in a little bit of a neck, and then let's work on the hair, which is going to take no time at all. So I always do mine on the side, but you can do any kind of hair you want. But let's say I want to do a part here. And then you'll just kind of bring it down there. Now here's the thing. If you want to do ears, ears are usually up here, like, so you just kind of start and you kind of do like that. Let me see where the face is here. Do the same thing. You kind of, you know, you just kind of go around where the eye is. Very much like that, if that's what you want. And then, like I said, this is the hair. Just as an idea. But you see how it kind of brings it together? I'm going over the ears just because. But do you see how it brings it together? And it's a little bit more, you know, a little bit more realistic. You can go in with shading. If you go in and, like I said, you color in the eyebrows, you can shade if you're going to just leave it as, you know, a pencil, you know, the eyes, like I said. Now, I like to use my, I mean, you can see how many things are on here, but for my pupils, I like to kind of go in and, you know, give them a little bit better of a circle. Again, totally up to you. And like I said, when you take your pen or your marker, I like to use the Faber-Castell Pitt pens. Those are my favorite. And then I will go in and, you know, kind of outline everything. And then I will erase the pencil. Now, how much? 21. Let me do it real quick. Let me see if I can find my markers. All right, this is it. All right, let's see. So what I'll do first is the thicker lines. That's too thick. Oh, I have my Copics here too. Let's try one of these bad boys. This is just, you just want any permanent pen. You can use a thin Sharpie. You can use, you know, whatever you have. It's permanent. Bic. And I'm probably not going to do anything with this right now because I'll shadow it when I go into paint or whatever. Okay, and I'm just real quick. Take a little bit more time than me. I'll do her face. I'll do her brows. Like that. And for the most part, that's what I'm going to keep her as. I'm probably going to just a little bit. And then I'll keep the neck. And then real quick, what I'm going to do, just to show you kind of what you get to work with. And then I'll go and paint on her. And then I'll add more, like I'll do her hair at the end. You can definitely mark her hair in if you want. You know, if you're happy with the way it came out. Eyelashes, I wait. I don't always do eyelashes, but when I do, what commercial is that? Okay. Ooh, gonna have to vacuum the room. Okay. But you see, and that's the general. Like I said, she has a little bit of a, probably because it's a sad day here for me. I don't know why, but it is. But, you know, you get the gist of the face, which is really, once you're done, and I put it in black. Normally what I will use, and I can't necessarily find it right now, and I did it in black because I'm doing this on video and I want you to be able to see it, but I might use a light brown, or I do enjoy the, oh, what the heck is it called? The Stabilos. Like I'll use the black Stabilo or what have you, just because I can go in and it activates with the water and the paint and it gives you shading and whatnot. But But yeah, so this is what I would do. And like I said, I would probably go in and decide what color, when you decide what color, take a permanent marker or a thin brush with a darker color than your eye color that you want to do, and kind of put in, you know how we have those lines, you know, and of course it looks way better when there's paint, you know, but you get those lines to give some more depth and that kind of thing. And don't forget, once you get your eyes and everything done, you get the, you put a highlight, and then we can paint with a taupe color or a darker face shade or what have you to do like the shadow, you know, from here down to the nose. And then you have, you know, your thing right here. I don't know what it's called. You can do shadow of the chin, shadow. Do you see what I'm saying? So you definitely can have a more, you know, realistic looking face. We can put in, you know, cheekbones. I mean, it's a whole thing, but this is just basic. Like I said, very basic, very easy. If you are wanting to do more, you know, use that technique of measuring like I showed you in the beginning, and let me know about this if you would be interested in one of these, and we'll do a proper, you know, we'll do a proper giveaway. And that is about it. So as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. Leave me a thumbs up if you enjoy these kind of videos. I do like doing this. You know, I probably will do another one, maybe paint her on camera. You know, I just love to play around and practice and that kind of thing. And this is a great way to do it. Like I said, you know, you go in with paint now, and I would go in with paint even with the black because, you know, you paint over it, and it just gives you a little bit of guidance, you know? Progress, not perfection. I love you guys so very much. I am so blessed. Please share me everywhere. I appreciate it. And if you just came across me, please check out some of my other videos. And if you would like to be, please subscribe. The subscribe button is down below. Please click that bell next to it so you can be notified. I upload 5 to 6 times a week. And you guys rock. Don't forget to check out my chalk paint video from 2 days ago, 3 days ago. There's a giveaway on that. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.